today on Texas Home Improvement.
All right, let's talk about drainage, because so often I get calls on the show, I've got a French drain, when what you really have is surface drains. There is a difference between a French drain system and surface drains. If you've got a catch basin like this, you got a grate on the top where you can see where the water goes down, you're dealing with surface drains. A French drain system is actually buried underground, all the pipes and everything. You see nothing on the surface. And typically what you're going to have is a drain pipe that has holes in it. And basically, you dig a trench down as deep as you need to be in order to catch moisture that's traveling through the ground, not over the surface of the ground. It's moisture traveling through the ground. It hits a gravel bed, drops into the bottom, goes into these holes in the pipe, and drains away. That's a true French drain. Now, if you're putting in a French drain system, dig your trench, put a fabric in there first, filter fabric. Your pipe goes in the bottom, and then you have your gravel all around the pipe and all the way up, typically till you get to just a couple inches from the top, and then you can fold your fabrics over, put dirt on the top and grass, so you never see it's there. Will a French drain help with surface water? Absolutely, if it's in a low area where the water ponds. But if you've got water that flows over the surface, a French drain's not going to do you a whole lot of good. That's where you need surface drains. So there is a difference, and when you're asking for the type of drainage you need, it helps to know that difference.
All right, it is time for another design challenge. I'm here with Shelly Stewart from Floor & Decor. Now, Shelly, here's the challenge for you today. I'm doing a living room. All I know for sure is I like the colors of this pillow, and I need flooring and a fireplace. To make it a little more complicated, there's pets involved, so I need pet friendly.
Okay.
Can you help me out?
Absolutely. Should we start at the flooring?
I think so.
Let's go.
All right. All right, Shelly, what do we have for flooring?
Okay, chosen this one because, well, for a couple of reasons. One, this particular one is light, and it also has all the colors in your pillow. It's pet friendly because it's got a lot of texture to it, and it also looks like a real wood floor.
I love it. This is a great option. It's really, it looks really good. It looks like wood, but I do like the texture on this. It's kind of funny because you wouldn't think because it's a tile that it would have it.
A lot of texture.
It does kind of feel like a wood floor.
Right.
What do we have that's maybe a little darker?
Okay, I actually have this one. It's a little bit darker, so just in case you've got a lot of natural light in there, this one would work perfect because it absolutely represents some of these colors here. So again, looks like a wood floor, a real wood floor, and it has all the texture you need for your pets.
I love it. That's awesome. So what about the fireplace?
Let's go. It's right over here.
All right. All right, Shelly, what are we doing with this fireplace?
Well, we have a couple of options. Depending on which floor you choose, we've chosen these two items for your fireplace. The first one is a little bit darker, and it goes with your lighter floor. And if you pick the darker floor, then we went lighter on the fireplace.
Well, I can almost picture it now, sitting on my couch, snuggled up with my dog, enjoying the fireplace and the new floor. I'll have to get a dog first. All right, if you have a living room or any other area that you are looking to redo, you need to come on into Floor & Decor. Work with one of their design experts. Whatever your restrictions, whether it's pet friendly, ease of use, whatever it is, they've got some amazing products for it and the expertise to make sure that you get the room that you want.
Well, today we're going to change out an electrical outlet because we all have electrical outlets, we all have light switches that periodically have to be changed out. This particular one was painted, but whether it was painted or not, it's old. This house has aluminum wiring in it. Now, whether you have aluminum wiring or copper wiring, the process of changing the plug is almost the same, with the exception of when we're messing with aluminum wiring, we're going to use a little bit of grease just to make sure we don't have any oxidation over time. So let's get started. The first thing you gotta do is shut the power off to the plug. Now I'm gonna sit down and get comfortable here, but typically what I do, since I do most of my projects by myself, I'll plug a radio into it and then I'll go start flipping breakers. When the radio shuts off, the power is off. Then I'll come back and double check, make sure there's no power to it. Because every once in a while, you'll find one that's backfeeding through the ground wire, and it won't have full power, but it'll have enough to buzz you. So we gotta take the plate off first. Then we're going to take the outlet itself out. Pull out the plug, and as you can see, this has aluminum wiring. This is gonna be our new plug going in. I'm not big on taking all the wires off and then putting all the wires onto the new plug. What I will typically do is take one off at a time and put it back together the same way it came apart. That way, if you're messing with a three-way switch, or with, in this case here, wiring that continues on for the next outlet, you got it put together the right way. So let's get started here. So I like to use a pair of needle nose for moving the wires around, because it gives me the ability to be able to bend them back into loops and stuff when need be. And it doesn't take a lot of this. I'm just going to put a little bit of a dab on there and mix it in with my wire. Just to seal everything up good. And like I said, I'm going to do one at a time. Now you'll notice I put two dabs, one on top, one on bottom, and as I'm tightening everything, it pinches and seals everything up, so I don't have to worry about oxidation on that one. We're hooking up our ground wire now. If you're dealing with aluminum wiring, you have to be very careful. If you bend it too many times, it will break. Again, if you're dealing with copper wiring, it's not as critical, but you still don't want to overflex stuff. Time to put this back into the slot and reinstall everything. Everything back in, square it up. And now we're going to go ahead and turn the power back on.
We didn't think we could build the home we wanted until we found You Build It. For years, I kept clippings and took notes of the home that we wanted to build. When we met Frank and learned about the You Build It system, we knew that we could turn those ideas into a reality. By following the You Build It system, we were able to save about 15% and still get the home that we really wanted.
We've helped hundreds of people build their dream home, and we'd love to help you.
We believe the cheapest repair that you can get is the one that you only have to do once. That's why we send all of our service technicians through over 80 hours of manufacturer training every single year. Give us a call. We're the comfortable solution.
Want more Texas Home Improvement? Listen to our radio show every Saturday and Sunday right here in DFW. You can call in and get your home improvement questions answered live.
Ready Seal Stain and Sealer claims to be goof-proof. Like, literally, it's on the can. Now, if my 4-year-old daughter is to be believed, I'm the goofiest dad in the whole world, so I feel particularly qualified to test that claim. The first thing I did is build a fence. I didn't say it was a big fence. All right, the next logical step in this test is to fill some water balloons with Ready Seal. Now I know what you're thinking. I'm gonna throw the water balloons against the fence. But no. See, I'm an artist, and I had a better idea. So I've always been jealous of those artists that get to create art by throwing darts at water balloons filled with paint. So that's what I created here with Ready Seal. I'm gonna create my own masterpiece. Okay, so maybe I'll throw just one. All right, I'm gonna let that soak in, and I'm gonna get a sandwich. All right, it's been about 10 minutes since I did that to the fence. Now, obviously, that's not standard procedure for applying Ready Seal. So what I'm going to do now, come back with a paintbrush, the rest of the Ready Seal, fill in those gaps, and then we'll see if you can even tell that I did that. So you know how sometimes you get done staining your fence and then you decide to do some yard work and forget that the stain's still wet? And then you decide to clean it up by throwing a bucket of water on it? Turns out, that's okay too. Now look, I'm not saying you should apply Ready Seal with a water balloon, but you could.
Well, Amy, when you got two companies bidding against each other, the first thing you want to do is make sure that they both have the same criteria. Because if one company is coming in and giving you granite countertops and marble tile, and the other company is coming in with carpet and Formica for the countertops, they're going to be worlds apart. The other thing you got to look at, who's carrying the insurance, who's doing the work themselves versus subcontractors, and of course, experience. You cannot beat experience. And if a company comes to you and says, oh, we've got 35 years experience, how many years have they been in business? If they've only been in business a year and have 35 years experience, and you got another company bidding it that's been in business 35 years, which one do you think is going to do a better job?
Real people steal people. They want real power, real options, and real value. Grab a lightweight battery-powered chainsaw or an easy-starting battery-powered blower. This season, get a real solution. Get a Stihl. Search STIHL or visit stihldealers.com.
You know, when listeners call the show, they're experiencing cracks in their walls or doors that are sticking, I'm proud to tell them to call the company that's been keeping Texans on a solid foundation since 1978, my company, Due West Foundation Repair. You won't get a salesperson trying to sell you repairs you just don't need, and most jobs come with a lifetime transferable warranty. So if you got cracks in your walls or doors that are sticking when you want the best, call Due West.
Folks hire guys like us, 'cause staining and sealing like a pro can be a real headache. And they're right, unless they know our secret.
We have a secret?
Oh yeah. Ready Seal Stain and Sealer for wood is the professional's product of choice. The one-of-a-kind formula means no laps, streaks, or back brushing required.
Hey, am I doing this right?
Doesn't matter, son. Stuff's goof-proof.
Ready Seal. Look for the goof-proof label and get it right on your first try.
Got any other secrets?
Oh, we're just getting started.
All right, if you're in the process of changing out a plug or light switch, and on the light switch you've had the power on, you throw the breakers till the light goes off, or in the case of an outlet, you can plug a radio in. When you throw the breaker, radio goes off. Okay, you think the power's off, right? You come over, you start changing things, and it sparks. That means you got backfeed somewhere, which at that point, it is time to stop because this is no longer a home do-it-yourself project. This became something to bring an electrician in and let him find out why is there backfeed on your electric, because the last thing you want is to have a house fire because it was backfeed that shouldn't have been there.
When you're going to build your own home, you really have two options. You can hire a general contractor and let them kind of take care of everything, or you can go with somebody like You Build It. Now, Frank Shelton, part of our team, he owns You Build It in Fort Worth, but he also owns Shelton Construction. They are a custom home builder. I'm inside one of the houses right now. This is a You Build It house, and Frank is actually here to talk me through which is the right option for different people, to hire a general contractor or to go with You Build It. So what personality types are going to work best for You Build It, kind of doing it yourself?
Well, you know, we've been at this for over 12 years now, and I've seen just about all different personality types, you know, do well at it. So I don't know if it's necessarily a personality type. It's just really about the desire to want to be involved in your project more. You know, and I've seen busy people do it, and so I don't think that's really a factor either. It's just really about the desire to, you know, want to save some money, or that they really want to know what's, you know, more involved. Oddly enough, we have a lot of our clients that have built with, you know, a builder before, and they didn't have a good experience with that, or they just felt like they wanted to know more and be more involved in it, and that seems to be our client.
So it's that person who kind of wants a little more control. They want to be more hands-on. And now, is hiring a general contractor, obviously, that is a good option for some people.
Oh gosh,
though,
yes,
right?
yes. And there's tons of, you know, good general contractors out there, but you know, so that doesn't really have anything to do with it as far as that. It's just about, you know, the client wanting more. You know, we traditionally see our clients save about 15 to 20%, so that's usually, you know, a big part of it, or they haven't seen something out there that they really want, and so they want to truly customize it for what they're wanting to do, you know, and so sometimes they don't get that out there from, you know, an individual contractor, and so they want to be more involved in that.
I think one of the biggest concerns when you are building your own house, I know it would be for me, is kind of this stage. You know, working with a general contractor, you kind of have that, I'm gonna trust that they're gonna take care of it, they're gonna make sure the bones are all correct. If somebody, you know, wants to build with You Build It, but they're worried about making sure that this happens correctly, what do you tell them? Like, is that a fear that they should actually have?
Right. You know, at this point, we've been in the house about 15 different site visits, and so we've seen everything go up, and so we're here to help them with that, as well as every stage of this. We have a checklist for them to follow, and so there's a step-by-step, so they can go along, and you know, for the general part of it, they know what's going on, and for the part where you need the experience, that's where we come in.
So you guys are kind of the best of both worlds. You can have that kind of the ease of mind of knowing you're working with somebody who knows what they're doing, but also you have that a little more control, save some money.
Absolutely.
Well, it sounds like me personally, I built my own house. I wish I had used You Build It. Instead, I did it all on my own, which was a terrible idea. But that's one of the reasons I do love the idea of You Build It. It's such an interesting concept because it's that right mixture of having that person to make sure it gets done correctly, but still having that bit of control that you want, the customization. Well, if you're looking to build a house, it's something to definitely consider. Looking into You Build It, it's a really unique system. You have the experience that you're looking for, but you also have a lot more flexibility with what you can do, and you can save a lot of money. So, Frank, thank you so much for braving the cold with me today, letting me walk inside this house. It's pretty cool to see what this looks like before all the walls are on.
Yeah, great. Come back and see it when it's finished.
All right, it is time for another steel tool battle. Today, I am putting a gas-powered steel trimmer up against a battery-powered steel trimmer. Let me show you the challenge. All right, here's the challenge. I'm in a drainage ditch that's obviously overgrown. So what I'm gonna do is I'm splitting it right down the middle. I'm gonna have the gas-powered trimmer cut this side, the battery-powered trimmer cut this side. We'll see who comes out on top. All right, so we're all done with the battle, and let me tell you, there is a clear winner for me. Now first, let me just say, both of them had no trouble with the task at hand. And this gas-powered trimmer handled it really easy. But for me, the clear winner is the FS8 56 battery-powered trimmer. All the power I needed, incredibly light, incredibly easy to use. And for most homeowners out there, the battery is gonna last long enough for whatever you need it to do. There's no maintenance on it. It's just an amazing option for homeowners. It is the trimmer that I would choose if I was picking between these two.
All right, so you've got gutters on your house, and I only recommend gutters in areas where you have driveways, patios, doors, things like that, or where the soil doesn't slope away from the house, where you've got to get that water away from the home. Well, the gutter just comes down and is dumping the water right there next to your foundation, which is not a good thing. We need even moisture around our foundations, not these huge wet spots. So they make these adapters that you can put on the bottom of the gutter and then hook a PVC pipe to this one, or if you want to go with the flex pipe, you can hook it to this one. And what you can do with that then is get the water away from the foundation. Now, if you're going to run the water down through pipes all the way out to a drain ditch, something like that, use a solid PVC pipe. Again, you don't have to go with Schedule 40. They make a regular drain pipe that you can use to do that. Do not use the perforated pipe because you don't want to be injecting water into the soil. You want to take the water completely away. And that's a key thing. So often I get out onto projects and I see where they have done a great job tying the gutters into the pipes, but they used a drain field pipe instead of solid PVC to get the water away. And that will cause you problems in the long run. So again, perfect to hook up to your gutters. Make sure you use a solid pipe.
For tile, wood, and stone, come to the nationwide low price leader, Floor & Decor.
The prices are the lowest you will find.
Not only did we find lots of options, we were like, oh my gosh, it's so affordable.
It's affordable no matter what your budget.
I saved a lot of money at Floor & Decor. We came in under budget.
Way under budget.
Way under budget, yeah.
It's really the best pricing.
You're getting an incredible product for an amazing price.
Why wouldn't you want to save money and make your house look great?
I love to save money. Who doesn't like to save money?
Floor & Decor. You have to see it to believe it.
If you've priced whole home water filtration in the past and the price scared you, you need to pay attention. The DFW Water Experts are the only authorized Brita Pro dealer in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Because of this, we are able to offer you this Brita Pro whole home filter and softener at 50% off, saving you thousands of dollars. We also offer financing for qualified buyers. For more information, give us a call or check us out on our website.
Hey guys, I'm out at the Fort Worth Stock Show with King Harper, longtime listener to the show. You just said hi to Jim. King, you were telling me why you like the show so much, and I wanted you to share it with the audience. Why do you like the show so much?
Well, it's so informative. You learn all kinds of things that you wouldn't catch any other place. Jim is so easygoing with everybody. Even if people call in, they don't know anything, but he doesn't make them feel stupid or anything. He just explains everything really nice. He's just a good guy.
Well, there you go. Jim's out here saying hi to people before he goes live. He just talked to you for a second, said hello. He's getting ready for the show. But thank you so much for coming out to the booth. Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And yeah, we'll hopefully catch you guys at one of the events. One of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to roofing is that a roof is a roof is a roof. They're all the same. And that also applies to attic ventilation. I feel like a lot of people don't even know what attic ventilation is. So to start with, Chris Arrington, what is attic ventilation?
Attic ventilation is actually, Tim, I look at it like the house breathing. It needs air to come into it, and it needs the hot air to go back out. That's the basic system.
So when it comes to the roof, basically you just need something that's going to let the air in, let the hot air get out. Is this kind of a one-size-fits-all? You just need something so that the air doesn't sit there, or is there more to it?
You know, there's more to it. Something's better than nothing, but a lot of guys out there that are doing roofing sometimes will put up a system that actually goes backwards and it pulls air conditioning out of the house. So you've got to know how much air are we bringing in, how much air are we taking out. Let's keep it balanced and let's use the right products. And especially, you wouldn't want to put a system up on a house that fights against itself. Some guys do that, and so it takes some training to know what products to use.
So how do you guys approach it? Like, what is the approach that you take to make sure that that's not the case, that you have the right system on a house?
Yeah. Well, Tim, my background wasn't just, I grew up in the trade of roofing. I went to school and got a degree in architecture. And so I look at the roofing trade more through those eyes. How does the roof work with my attic system? How does it work with the insulation? How does it work with the walls? Well, aesthetic-wise, how does it look with the exterior of the house? You know, all those things, I think that's what we bring our clients more than a guy who's good at putting a roof on, because we can do that too. We can give you all the advice and the guidance you need to put something on that takes you to another level. You know, let's do it better. You were talking earlier about how the roof is kind of that thing that you've got that you don't really think too much about, but try not having one.
It could create a massive
all your stuff's
problem.
going to get messed up, so yeah.
No, that makes sense. So a roof is a roof is a roof is completely false. Yeah. There's so much more that goes into it, and that includes attic ventilation. You need the right system, because if you don't have the right system, it could actually be causing a bigger problem than having nothing at all. But with the right system, your roof can actually work together with the rest of your home. Holistic approach to it. That's why I work with this guy. And so if you want more information about Arrington Roofing, go to our website, thipro.com. You can get all their contact information, and let's make sure your roof is doing its job.
Well, Joe, what you're hearing is called a water hammer. And usually it happens because the little risers in the pipes no longer have air in it. The air is in there so that when you shut the water off, things don't just slam. It has a space to bounce up and compress that air. So to put the air back in, shut the water off to the house, turn all the faucets on, all the valves on, flush the toilet, run all the water, drain all the pipes that way. Then go back and shut all the faucets back off, but leave the one furthest away from the main coming in the house on. What that's going to do is fill all the pipes back up, but it's going to leave air back in those risers, so it should eliminate the water hammer.
Want more Texas Home Improvement? Listen to our radio show every Saturday and Sunday right here in DFW. You can call in and get your home improvement questions answered live. For a list of stations, and if you'd like to join our team, go to thipro.com.